Hey, and we are live. Welcome to Fresh Fit Podcast, guys. We're here with Andrew fucking Tate, man.
Andrew Tate, I'm back.
The one-on-one.
It's only been a couple days, but it's been too long.
Yo, part 2, the solo interview, Andrew Tate. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fresh Fit Podcast. We're here with the legendary Andrew Tate, a.k.a. Cobra Tate, man.
Legendary. Is that what the status I've reached now?
Yeah,
legendary
man.
now.
I will say this. Ever since you were here a couple months back, by far, the most requested guests were you and AMS. Yeah. By far. You need to bring Andrew back. That was awesome. Blah, blah, blah. And I was
actually,
like,
they do polls on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
Who's the best guest on Fresh and Fit? Guess what they said? Andrew Tate.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, I'm just out here surviving, trying to stay on the right side of the dirt, my friends.
Yeah,
if I'm spitting knowledge, it's nothing but life experience. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. But I'm glad I can help people. I'm glad people resonate with the words I say. So I love to be here. I love to be on the Fresh.
And big ups, man. You made the Spotify biggest podcast off the record academics. That's huge, bro. That's huge, man. Come on.
That is pretty huge.
And it was your birthday too, by the way,
man. Too?
And it's my birthday, yeah. And I'm tall and strong and sexy and rich. Life's good. Life's good.
Just winning always.
Yeah, man. So quick announcements, guys, and we'll get right into the interview. So patreon.com/freshfit, guys. Check us out over there. We got all the behind-the-scenes content to include me kicking out annoying bimbos and helping you guys out with getting girls, Instagram, making money, etc. Also, we're on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Include this podcast, which will probably be posted either later tonight or tomorrow on Anchor, and then from Anchor, it distributes to any platform you like, whether it's Google, Apple, or Spotify, or something small like CastBox. We're all over the place. Also, get the merch, freshfitpodcaststore.com, Fresh Fit t-shirts, hoodies, etc. Check out the vlog channel for Fresh Prince CEO, which takes you guys a day in his life where he's running around in his Lambo and getting chicks and going on dates. And then also check us out on Fresh and Fit Clips, guys, where we're going to see a bunch of clips on there, especially from this show, where, we take the best parts and condense them for you guys, because you might not have 2 to 3 hours to watch a full pod. So go ahead and check us out on Fresh Fit Clips. Also, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Fresh Fit Podcast. And then Chris also has a Twitch channel. So if you guys want to hear what he sounds like with peanut butter in his mouth all the time, go ahead and check him out over there.
And guys, we got a new merch out for the first, my first in line, merch gang.
Merch.
Check it out, guys. It's my story. Check it out. Order. Let's get it.
And nigga, I need a free shirt, bro.
And other than that, man, yeah, ladies that want to come on the show, please DM Aaron C. Poxon, aka Chris. And our Instagram is Fresh Fit Podcast, Fresh and Fit Podcast on Instagram, Unplug Fit here, Fresh Prince CEO, and then TikTok is Fresh and Fit on TikTok. Can't wait. Fresh and Fit on TT. Tango.
And
2
by
T's.
the way, we are 10 subs away from hitting 500K.
10 subs.
10 subs, man.
Yo,
So
10
sub to the
subs.
channel, guys.
And we will announce the party soon. But
Yes.
Andrew, welcome back, brother.
Hey, man, I'm
Welcome
glad
back.
to be here. I'm glad to be on live when you're going to have 500,000 Fresh and Fit soldiers. I'm here at the right time, right place, right time. It's like the story of my life. Yeah, look forward to being here. And once again, to you guys, honestly, neither of you get enough credit. You must be the hardest working YouTubers. You're not messing around with some cheap channel. You got a serious studio. You guys are working day in, day out. I'm like, guys, let's come to the club. I got all the bitches. I got the bottles. I'm spending money. Fit's like, nah, I can't. I got work to do. Fresh is like, okay, I'm on my way.
Network, baby, network.
But no, you guys are hardworking. You deserve it. You deserve the success.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate it, Andrew. And so like I was saying before, man, if there's one person that's been requested more than anyone else, has by far been Andrew. Last time you came on, set the world on fire, because a lot of people didn't know who you were. And we're like, you guys don't know who Andrew Tate is?
Man,
Like, what the fuck?
put
Like,
him on the map, brother.
Wait,
man.
wait.
Like, what the hell's wrong
Batman
with you
that.
guys?
Wait,
Chris,
sorry.
we just hit it, right?
Sorry, Andrew. We hit 500K.
Celebration. We need some alcohol or something. Aikido. We can bust out the Aikido. My life's Aikido. We can bust out the Aikido. 500K Aikido. We got nunchucks. Oh, we got a sword.
We got a sword as well.
A sword.
Wait, where'd this come
You
from?
got everything.
We got a bunch of random shit here.
Nigga, nah, Andrew's here, bro.
What?
Come on.
Oh shit!
What is it?
Oh, we got it. Oh,
Light my ear.
oh,
What is it?
damn!
Come
What
on,
are we
Andrew's
doing?
here, bro.
What are we doing?
I don't even know
Aikido.
what's going on.
Like
Oh,
Aikido.
Aikido.
Aikido?
Oh shit!
Wait, no, you hold this, nigga.
Oh, no, you hold it. No, you hold it.
So I gotta bust
Yo, make
it?
sure to hit him.
No.
Punch, kick him when you
Bro,
do it.
Kill it, bro.
No, you hold it.
I gotta bust it?
All right.
Yeah,
That's
hold it.
what I have to do?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Wait.
Have your hand.
Okay, put it up. Put it up. Don't be afraid, Fresh. Don't be afraid.
Oh! 4-time kickboxing world champion of the fucking house, man.
Yo,
that's scary, bro.
Do you have a Casamigo something to pop on stream?
Don't worry, we got some booze. It's coming right now. Don't worry.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, as you can tell, viewers, we need alcohol. You know, 'cause when we're sober, we're too calm.
Yeah, we're too calm.
So we need a little bit of drink.
It could be worse.
We need something to drink.
Guys,
Oh man, shout out to that.
imagine a fist star kick coming from Andrew. You should run for your life.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Listen, every Fresh and Fifth, now I'm keeping these on the table just in case, just in case you got bust them out. You keep the cameras on. You remember that Bruce Lee? that Bruce Lee scene where he stands in the middle with the nunchucks from Enter the Dragon, and they all come at him, and it's one by one.
Yeah.
I'll give you some Patreon content. I'll show you.
Let's do it.
Oh man. So
And once
so, yeah.
again, man,
Go ahead.
thank you guys for supporting us, man. You guys were with us from some of you were here from the very beginning.
Mhm.
It's just me and Myron in the studio, outside the studio at our spots. And then Andrew came along as well, supported us as well. So shout out everyone in the chat, the mods, everybody. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, Andrew was with us from the rip. He did an interview with you on your
Actually,
channel
yo,
a long
he
ass
didn't-
time ago.
He didn't even know who I was. I said, yo, Andrew, you inspire me. You motivate you kind of like motivate me, bro. I need you on the channel. He said, you know what? I got some time for you, G. I'll hop on. He didn't even know who I was, bro. So that's much love, man.
Yeah, man. I you know what? The universe is a funny place. Without sounding too woo-woo and too the secret, etc., etc. You do get back what you give out to some degree, right?
Mhm.
And I try and be as positive as possible. Now, there's occasionally I have to get the yoga fire out in a motherfucker. But most of the time, I try and be a positive guy, right? It's amazing how far you can get if you're likable and you're positive and you spread positive energy, and it usually comes back to you twofold. So, yeah, you reached out to me. I remember you reaching out to me. You said the things you want to talk about. You said, look, you're an inspiration. You do X, Y, Z. And I said, yeah, let's talk. Why not? So, and look where we are. Now
Look
we're here,
where we are now.
500K.
It's
So
crazy,
it's crazy.
right?
It's crazy.
And you know what we have in common? We're both likable.
Yes.
That trait is hard to find.
Andrew,
Well, I was about to make a joke to
to
say one of us.
I was like, yo.
No, but I mean, but no, man, by far, it's great to have you back. Last time we had you on the show, it went viral. People loved it, because you have a very outspoken personality. I mean, me and you agree on like 99% of things.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic because, you walk the walk and you talk the talk and you walk the walk, man. You're a very successful guy. You know what I'm saying? You've killed it when it comes to business, athletics, your personal life. And you're a very accomplished individual, and it's fantastic to have you back on the show, man. One by far the most requested guest, so we're happy to give you guys this one-on-one interview. I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna be uncensored. You're gonna hear the rants. We're gonna shut the hell up and let them talk. I'm gonna read these super chats, then we're gonna get right into it. So thank you guys so much for the 500K. Thank you to Andrew for coming back.
Yep.
And I'll read these and we'll get into it. And guys, from this point forward, we're gonna read 20 and up only because I don't want to interrupt the show too much. I want you guys to get this heat uninterrupted. Okay.
Facts.
So we got $8.99 from Raz. After watching the Avengers episode, I'm spinning 2 new plates, both of them saying that they can figure me out and one asking me to pimp her out on OF. Haha, Andrew, I'm following your footsteps, brother. Yep, good stuff. And we're going to talk about his cam business here in a little bit as well. Fresh Fit 820. Gents, I won't be watching live because where I live, no service. So this is an early congratulations for reaching 500K subs. That's a huge feat. Thank you
Thanks,
so
bro.
much.
Appreciate you, man.
And then we got $10 from Rick Webster. One love and definitely props due. Thank you so much. We got $20 from Fresh Fit 820. Great to have you here in this crucial moment. Tate, my man, passing on the knowledge like a Shaolin monk, walking among the earth in 4th dimension. And then $5 A7X. Yo, Myron, when are you going to include the Andrew Tate Haram soundbite into the soundboard? I got you, bro. Don't worry. And then we got Scott E. Caldwell, $10. Hi, Andrew. What is a better business in 2022? Webcam studio or OnlyFans management? Yo, Chris, make a note of that question. Guys, we're going to have a Q&A at the end, okay?
Yeah.
And then the world shall know pain. Myron, when you buy a rental property, on average, how long does it take to pay off the property using its own cash flow? Also, what's cash on cash return?
It depends.
Watch our episode on real estate, guys. It's called Real Estate Fresh and Fit Step by Step. Watch that, and I break that all down for you guys. But watch after the show. And then we got Fran Yesti. Tate, what would you say to a young man going bald? Just shave it off, baby. Trust me. You can see it right now. $2 from Fran Yesti. And then we got Frank Sinar, $13.99. Love seeing Andrew Tate on here. Always unveiling uncomfortable truths that men like me needed to hear. Love this content. Keep it up. Thank you. Champion salute. FNF fam. 500K party on deck. Who hose? And that's from Mr. Williams.
Thanks,
$10.
Williams.
Black Wolf Inc. What's good, FNF Brotherhood? And salute to Andrew Iron King Tate. Mine, I sent you a message on the IG Blaze_Wolf5150. What pectoral exercises can you recommend? I really want to get my chest right. Dumbbells over barbells every time. Dr. Sergeant Nash, $100. I don't even like your show, but Andrew is blessing your unprepared audience with what a real G is. He teaches you how to take more money in Hustlers University so that you can prove yourself in the war room. Why weren't you in the war room after the first podcast?
But wait. But you have to like the show. You can't say you don't like the show. So you're going to send another super chat and say that you do like the show. Because this is a good show, man. You guys are teaching important things. With and without me. So you must like the show, Dr. Sergeant Nash. Otherwise, you're on the hit list.
Thanks,
fam.
Congrats on the 500K. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Much love and peace, brothers. Can I get a Don DeMarco for my first super chat?
Hey,
115 $7.99. Hey, Tate, looking at getting some nice suits. What do you recommend? Answer that at the end.
Yep.
Abraham, $10. Andrew, have you shown Luke how the real world works yet? Eggs aren't real.
Eggs aren't real. That's a long story. I was in Spain driving through the mountains in a McLaren, running from the police, and I discovered that this whole time, eggs are not real. And I know you're looking at me like, what are you talking about? But I'm telling you, it's a myth. It's a conspiracy. It's explained on Tate Confidential.
I'm going to write that down here.
Eggs aren't real. You believe in eggs?
No, the chicken came first.
No, but do you believe in eggs?
I eat eggs.
You eat them. So you're telling me you can buy this thing, it's an egg, it's like $1. No, $1, you get like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And they can become dinosaurs if you don't eat them. That makes sense to you.
Chickens.
Bruv.
I don't know.
Taram Rai, $10 from Norway. Thank you. Tyson S. Yo, FNF Gang, #1 podcast. Let's get it. Shout out to Myron's Hair Loss, Chris Hairline, and Fresh to Stutter. 500K before the night is out. The comeback is crazy. Shout out to the big dog, Andrew Tate, as well. Absolutely.
There you go.
1 between 12. Let's go. Tate's in the house. Absolutely. $10. Cameron Meadows. The War Room changed everything for me. Thank you, Andrew Tate. Absolutely. We're going to talk about the War Room here as well. Fill up with her. Live 500K subs right here and now. Congrats, milestone forever. We rise in facts. Where's the vodka? Coming soon, Dicklets.
It's coming.
Michael Meatstroke. Andrew Tate is the man. Facts. $20 at Dyer. The War Room is the real deal. 6 months ago, I was dead broke. Spent my last money to join. I just had my first 5-figure month last month. Salute to Andrew Tate. Facts.
Wow, there you
awesome.
go. Receipts.
Feeling focused. Tate Speech and Tate Confidential are so good. Congrats on FNF and 500K. And go subscribe to those goddamn channels.
Both of
Tate
them.
Speech and Tate Confidential. $10. P. Willie. Perfect guest for 500K. Absolutely.
Yep.
$5. Peanut Patootie. How many more do we got, Chris? Okay, just a few more. Okay, Peanut Patootie. Alf Mabruk. Congratulations on hitting 500K. So well deserved. Thank you, Peanut Patootie. Shukran Jazilan. Black Wolf Inc. From the hater celebrating a loss of 40K plus subs to a silent cry fest. Now that you hit 500K, congratulations, fellas, and look forward to a Millie Bay Bay. Thank you.
Thank you.
The haters can't stop us. Ostrike. Andrew, your thoughts on the rubber sole dress shoes? Can't run or fight for shit. And these slippery, leathery ones. We'll talk about that. And then we got Zepper 2. Congratulations, $40 Saudi Arabian.
Thank you, man.
The whole world's watching. $50 Joshua Kimber. Congrats, Fresh and Fit. You guys deserve this. 500K subs. Big respect. Thanks you so much. So, Andrew, for the people that don't know who you are, can you please introduce yourself to the audience, man?
You know, every time I'm asked to do this, I have so many paths to choose because I've lived such an eclectic life, right? I can talk in 10 different directions to describe myself. So it's kind of difficult. I'm the thing I'm most proud of. My largest accolade is that I am a 4-time kickboxing world champion. I fought for Infusion. I fought for Glory. Fought for K1. 87 fights, 79 wins. And most of those fuckers who beat me, I beat. One of them escaped. And if I ever see him on the streets, on sight. But everyone else got a whooping. And that was a long, hard career. And it's kind of amazing where a lot of people ask me how I know the things I know. And fighting taught me a lot of it. Fighting taught me a lot about girls, a lot about business, a lot about the world. Taking fighting seriously because I was never really a school guy. I never really went to school, never took school seriously. So I was always just trying to get some money and beat people up. And here we are. I got a bunch of money and I beat a bunch of people up. So life's going well. So that's it. 4-time kickboxing world champion, multi-millionaire, nice guy. Don't forget that. Wudan master. That's how I introduce myself. I don't know what else to say.
AKA James Bond in real life.
You know, maybe a little bit. I watched the last Bond movie. Spoiler alert. I watched the last Bond movie and I saw them kill him off. And they had to kill him off, right? Because what Bond was a pimp. And pimping is frowned upon in the modern society. And when I say he's a pimp, Bond spoke to my soul. Because James Bond's probably the only other person I saw out here in the world who was fucking for everything other than sex, right? Most dudes get a chick and they want to get sex to get sex. Bond gets a chick and he wants to get sex. So she tells him where the safe of the bad guy is. So she tells him about the bad guy because she's fucking the bad guy too. He's fucking her purely to get shit. He doesn't want to have sex. He's giving her sex to get something back. And when I watched that, I was like, man, that's me. That's my whole life.
The finesse.
The finesse, bro. I look at a girl and be like, look, whether I was running my cam business at the time and I wanted her to work for me, or even today, females make fantastic spies. I'll say it right here, out here in the open. I have female spies who work for me to this day. I have girls I can send to the right boat, the right party, at the right time. They come back with field reports. Because most dudes won't shut up around a chick. They just can't be quiet about all the amazing things they've done, right? Females make fantastic spies. But if I want a female to spy for me and to work for me and to stay loyal to me, money won't do it. I can't pay her to be a spy because if she's banging some other dude, that's who she's loyal to. Right. So if I want her to be loyal to me and to report to me, the only way that's going to happen is if she gets, am I allowed to say dick?
Say it.
The dick.
Facts.
So that's the game. So Bond was a pimp. So when I watched them kill him off, it was kind of emotional for me. You know, like imagine I'm driving in my Rolls Royce Wraith black badge, going to the cinema, trying to have a nice night, couple bitches. I watched the Bond movie, and it's like I watched myself die. I'm driving home in my Rolls with my hose, and they're like, what's the matter? I'm like, bitch, you know, you don't know what's the matter. The world's changing. Men like me are no longer liked. We can't even be in fiction anymore, men like me. So if they're going to kill men like me from fiction, they're certainly going to try and kill men like me from reality, right? I have to be exceptionally careful. And when I say kill, I don't necessarily mean broad daylight assassination. What I mean is character assassination. What I mean is warping the minds of the public to the point where I'm a bad guy for being a heterosexual male who likes to fuck. Oh, he's a misogynist. Listen, if I was gay, and I was out here saying, listen, there's no, I want any man I want, blah, blah, I'd be celebrated. Yeah. But because I'm heterosexual and I say, look, I like to fuck. Now I'm a bad guy, right? It's crazy. So they're just going to character assassinate. They're going to try and convince the world that anyone who is true to their masculine entity and the masculine imperative is a bad person instinctually. And they're going to, the people who exist like me, the very few that are left, we're not going to exist in a few more generations. Yeah. That James Bond thing hurt me. It upset me. I had to park the rolls. I mean, I fucked the hose. You know, I'm okay again.
You made a video about it.
But it was a sad day for me. It was a very, very sad day. Yeah, it was a sad day.
Can you tell us a little bit about your father and your upbringing? Because a lot of people always ask, well, Andrew, how'd you get these world views? Why do you view the world the way that you do? And I'm a firm believer that obviously, you know, your parents have a huge impact on you as far as how you view the world. And your dad had a very interesting background.
My dad was the OG. And I actually put something on Twitter the other day that went viral and pissed everyone off. Why is it everything I say annoys everybody? I'm just trying to live my life.
No spoilers.
And I just try and say something and everyone's like, what? No. So I said the other day that any child who's obsessed with superheroes, that's a warning sign to the father. And the warning sign is that when I was a child, the only superhero I was interested in talking to or being around was my dad. Like if I watched Batman and I go to my dad and say, hey, do you see what Batman did? My dad would sit me down and go, fuck that. Listen to what I've done. My dad was my hero in every way. I had no interest in fiction because I had a real life superhero. Until the day he died, I viewed him as a superhero. So my dad was an exceptional character and he raised me in an exceptional manner. And although there's too many stories to tell, the one thing my father was fantastic at was prioritizing the mindset of my brother and I above even his relationship with my mother. So, because there's so many dudes who end up being cucked out in their own household because they don't want to argue with the wife, and the sons see that shit. I was never raised around that. My dad would disappear to chess tournaments for 2 months. He'd go off, and my father was one of the best chess players in the world. Right. This is before like cell phones and stuff, right? So he'd call home twice a week, whatever. He's gone for 2 months. He walks in the door. My mom's like, Emery, where you been? It's been 2 months. I don't know where you've been. What is this? I've gone through your clothes. There's a picture of some bitch in your. And my dad had been home for 42 minutes, and he'd just go, sorry, son, she won't shut up. Walked out again. See you in 2 months. Whoa. That's just who he was. He's like, I ain't sitting there taking shit off a bitch. That's it. I'm not going to take it. Doesn't matter if she's your mother. I love your mother. I love you. I'm not sitting there taking shit. And it's kind of like you grow up around that. And now when I come home after 2 months and she's trying to say, where you been? You've been in Fresh and Fit podcast. I watched the podcast. You with all them girls. I'm like, bitch, I gotta go back to Miami, man. Shut up. So yeah, I was raised around. I had a fantastic upbringing. I can't say anything bad about either of my parents. My mother as well. I was raised with no money and good parents, and that's the best way you can possibly be
Same
raised.
here, man.
Best way you can be raised.
Your father was African American and your mother was Caucasian?
Yeah, my mother is white Irish. So my dad was in the Air Force. He was based in Chicksands Air Force Base, which is in the UK. He was pimping all these British chicks, caught himself a cutie.
Hey.
And that was the beginning of the legendary Tate brothers. So it was me, my brother. I've got a sister as well. So there's us three. And we moved back to England. We lived in America for a while till I was around 10. And then we moved back to the UK. And I was pretty much raised in England.
What do you prefer, America or the UK?
They're good for different things, man. But they both have the same basic worldviews, the same basic what's the word I'm looking for? Propaganda. The same, they're trying to hypnotize you in the same way, right? And it's all done on purpose. I think we've discussed this before, and we'll discuss it certainly a bit later, but they're trying to destroy the masculine imperative to prevent revolution. So it's all kind of the same. There's certain things I respect about each country. But it was good to certainly at a young age move around a bit as well. It allowed me to never, ever really settle in a school and make a bunch of good friends or anything like that. So I always understood, even from a young age, how to make people like me quickly, and also how unimportant the relationships with those people were, right? I wasn't a kid who's like, oh, I'm going to miss my best friend. I was like, okay, you were my best friend for 2 years. Peace. I'm out. I was like that. So that's probably another reason why me and my brother are so close. So yeah, it was a good upbringing. I can't have nothing bad to say about it. I was just raised by the OG. My dad was a G. Big, black, chess master, huge, drinking, gambling, pimping. Like, he's just out here. He was just that guy, right? So he was like that to the end. So he was a hero.
And you ended up, taking after your father and playing chess at a high level as well.
Correct. Yeah.
What draws you to chess? Because I grew up playing chess as well. So
yeah, so chess. I mean, obviously, my father was a chess master, right? So I had to learn the game. He sat me down. I spent a lot of time learning it, and to this day, I have massive respect for chess. So much respect for the game. It's so much harder at that world level than people can even fathom. Unless you even play the game, you can't even anticipate how good these people are at the game. They're effectively computers. I don't think you can even be good at chess at that level without having something a little bit wrong with you. You got to be on the spectrum somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Because it's crazy how good these guys are. But yeah, chess is an amazing thing. I still play chess every day. I'm not world level or anything. I'm around 1750, 1800 elo. If anyone knows chess, that's what I am. But yeah,
would that be considered better than average?
Certainly better than average.
Yeah.
The average player, let's say, is around 1,000 or something.
Okay.
But my dad was 2,400.
Okay.
Or 2,500.
Damn.
So yeah. So I'll give you an example. My dad could beat me without looking at the board. So my dad would be in the kitchen, fucking around the kitchen, cooking dinner. I'd be in front of a chessboard in the living room, and I'd say E4. He'd say C6. Knight F3, Knight C3.
God
and
damn.
boom, and he'd smoke me without looking at the board. That's how good the best chess players in the world are. Yeah, it's insanity.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a good basis for life. There's certainly a lot of lessons in chess. There's certainly a lot you can attribute to chess from everyday life to the chessboard. And I think it's a good grounding mechanism. I enjoy to sit down for a good couple hours, win some games, lose some games.
Right.
It's something I personally enjoy. So yeah.
Can you tell us some of those life lessons that you learned from playing chess with your father and applying it into real life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you my favorite one first.
Yeah.
Please do.
My favorite one is the difference between the king and the queen. Right? Because the king moves one square at a time, and the queen can just zip across the board, right? So you're here in Miami, you're partying in Miami. They got all these parties right now. It's Art Basel, blah, blah, blah. You see all these chicks on a boat. For the man to get on that boat, it's one square at a time, right? He has to get a good job. He has to get his taxes right. He has to find a way to leverage credit. He has to meet the guy who sells the boats. He has to go through all this shit stage by stage by stage to finally pull off being on that yacht and having that yacht at the age of 56. A chick, what does she need? Lip fillers? Boom. Zip. On. She gets straight on. That's the difference between the king and the queen. But although the king is slower than the queen, he's the most important piece, right? The king can't die. The queen can die. The queen, sometimes you can be looking at a position and go, this is fucked up. The only way out of this is to sacrifice that bitch. Sometimes you can do it. I'll tell you a very quick story. This is a story I've never told before. When I was, how old was I? 23? When I was 23, I was dating a ballerina. She was the prima ballerina of the Cambridge Ballet School in England. And I had no money. I was a fighter, but I was coming up. I didn't really have any money. And she lived far away, like an hour and a half away, but she used to come see me, and we were good for like a year and a half. I loved this girl. Yeah. And she finished ballet school. She started dancing in clubs in London. She couldn't get any ballet work. Surprise, surprise. Who fucking wants ballet work, right? So she ends up doing like dancing and not stripping, but like dancing in the club, you know. So now she's around all the London money every day. She's out dancing all the time. She's up late every night. She doesn't want to drive an hour and a half to come see me. None of this shit. So we're kind of falling apart a little bit. And she ended up talking to someone famous, David Hay. I don't know who he is. He's a boxer. So David Hay starts texting this bitch, right? Back and forth to the. So anyway, when I finally saw her again, she was like, we had an argument. She's like, well, you know what? You think you're a fighter? This guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. I'm like, look, if you're going to go fuck idiots, at least do it for money. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, if you're going to go fuck idiots, at least get paid because they don't give a fuck about you. Like, if you're going to play this game, at least do it for money.
Right.
So I had this argument with her back and forth, and I explained to her that these men are just going to use you. And if you're going to do it, at least get paid. And when she left the house, Tristan said, why are you telling her to fuck other dudes? I'm like, no, I'm just understanding that in my chess position, I've lost this game.
Right.
The game is done now. Just sooner or later, she's out. All we do is argue. She's in the club every night. I'm just trying to say before she leaves, maybe I can get a little bit of money.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the queen sacrifice, right?
Right.
We broke up 3 months later. I don't know if she fucked him or not, or who she fucked. I don't know. I never spoke to her since. But that's kind of the analogy you have to be able to apply to life. Sometimes chicks got to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to go to save the king. And too many dudes, most of the time, men truly lose at life. It's because they've attached themselves to a queen and they won't let her up. They won't sacrifice her. No matter what. I promised I'm going to stick by you. This, our marriage vows, no matter what. And they just stay on that sinking ship till she eventually leaves his ass. And it's sad to see, but men keep doing it.
I want to add one thing to that because I've literally used a chess example last week with some girls. And I mentioned how when women are young and beautiful, they're kind of like a queen on the board. They can go in any direction, as many spaces as they choose.
Yep.
But if the king dies, the game is over. If
100%.
he's surrounded, it's over. So if your woman doesn't sit there by your side and protect you from the bullshit,
100%.
because you're out there getting it,
100%.
right? The game is over.
Even worse, what most queens do, I don't want to use queens, what most women do nowadays, especially in the West, I see women getting their men in trouble all the time. You know how many times I've seen chicks starting fights for their dude to have to mop up? My man's gonna and the man's like, oh, fucking shut up, man. There's 4 of them.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even if he's a big dude, he's like, I don't really need this now today. You know what I'm saying? Man, another story. I have so many stories in my life. My life's been cool. Back around the same time, I'm 22, 23 years old, kickboxer. I was British champion. I wasn't world champion at the time. It was 4 a.m. Club just ended. I was in a chicken and chip shop. It's an English thing. They sell like fries and fried chicken and they're open 24 hours. Like, yeah, something like that. And there's a long line. An Audi with tinted windows pulls up. These 3 big black guys get out, push it straight in front of the whole line, go straight up to the front, cut in front of 5 people and start ordering. My girl goes to me, we've been waiting here ages. I said, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. She goes, you're just going to let them push in? I said, shut the fuck up. So I made her be quiet, right? Anyway, the man two in front of me, not this guy, the guy here, he couldn't tell this bitch to shut up. She's like, excuse me, there's a line. And the guy turns around and goes, you think I don't see the fucking line? I don't care about a fucking line. So she starts running her mouth. Bro, this dude knocked her the fuck out.
Oh, man.
Whack, clean, out cold. By the time her man looked at her and looked back up, boom, sparked, done.
Whoa.
Both of them. And I stood there and watched both of them just laid out clean. Fatality. 3 dudes didn't even, fatalities, bro. It was, I wouldn't be surprised if they both had permanent damage. It was bad. The 3 dudes who ordered the chicken and chips didn't even take their food. They started laughing, walked back out, got in the car. And I turned around and said to my girl, you see, some people are just ready to fucking go to jail. Some people are ready to kill people over fucking nothing. You want me to fight? Oh, yeah, I can fight. But what am I fighting these 3 dudes for? What, fries?
Yeah.
What, fries and a 10-minute delay?
Damn.
Man, and this is what bitches will get you into this shit.
Yeah.
Bitches will get you into this shit fast. And that's why when I see dudes saying, oh, yeah, she's just my friend, you're hanging around with girls and they're not even giving you pussy and they might get your ass killed. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Girls are a liability. They're a liability to have around you because you have a duty to protect them in some regard. I curate my experience very, very carefully. Any woman I'm around, I understand I have to protect. So she better suck something. Because I ain't fucking sitting around being friends with no bitch. Because I've seen it. I've seen so many men have their ass kicked over chicks. It's incredible.
And I'll say this too, just to add, because I got to double down on that. Women are unaware, especially in the Western world, of the fury and damage and carnage men are capable of because they live in a coddled first world country where men rarely raise their hand to and/or conduct acts of violence against women. So sometimes you have to be reminded of the stark contrast between the male superiority physically and the female inferiority physically. And sometimes it happens with them getting knocked out or whatever. Another thing too, I want to let the guys know that's watching the show is that women are always replaceable. If you go back to the chessboard, all you got to do is get your pawn across.
That's
and
right.
The pawn turns into a queen.
That's right.
And I need you guys to understand that you can take a pawn and turn her into a queen. But if the queen allows you to be surrounded, the game is over. And I need guys to literally value themselves like the chess piece, man. So
100%.
I want to add to that story as well. So, funny thing, right? I had a friend that was dating this chick, and he's gone over her a couple of times, and she had an ex-boyfriend that was crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he ends up taking her to his restaurant where he works at. God forbid this happens to anybody else, but like they go to his restaurant and they're sitting down. The boyfriend's watching the whole thing going on. His ex-girl's there with her new man.
Yeah.
He's plotting. Man, he's the chef. So he's cooking up food, doing a bunch of shit. Nigga put poison or something in his food.
Wow.
Fucked him up. Come to find out later, he almost died.
Wow.
So it's like, girl, you're right, bro. Girls can fuck you up, bro. Even though you even knowing.
Oh, 100%, man. They're a liability, and it's not necessarily just completely their fault.
Yeah.
But if you're rolling with a chick who won't shut up when you tell her to shut up, you need to be careful, man. And Myron nailed it. There's a big difference between fighting and violence.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a professional fighter, right? I know how to fight. But fighting and violence are different things.
Yep.
If I wanted to get violent on somebody, I just run them the fuck over. Like, forget fighting, right? If somebody who hurt my family was on the sidewalk, I'm not going to get out and fight the guy. I'm just going to just run him over my fucking truck. We'll talk about violence. You know, violence is a very different thing. And women don't understand the difference between fighting and pure violence. And they also, you're completely right, they don't understand the true physical difference between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
All this female self-defense, I can fight too, it's all bullshit. It's complete garbage. A female doesn't stand a chance against a man. A man who's genuinely enraged, you don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. The best thing you can do is scream and run. I'll tell you another example.
even a teenage boy.
Oh no, you
will
don't stand a
destroy
chance.
a grown woman.
I had a girl who did self-defense classes. This is like a couple years ago. And she goes, "Oh, you're a kickboxer. I want to show you like my self-defense. And if you grab me, I do this, I do this, I do this." I said, "Listen, bitch. If I grab you and you start trying to be a little ninja, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fucking smash you. Whack, 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 whack. Done. Now your whole face is busted. Like you're forgetting the part of the equation where I just beat you up for like 3 seconds and you're done. Now drag your ass to the bushes. What the fuck you talking about? It's garbage, man. Give you another example of a guy I saw get fucked up because of his chick. I was outside a club in England. And one more thing for the American guys watching this. Anyone who thinks England's like, you know, nice suits and little posh people. England's violent.
Very dangerous.
They'll shank you, bro.
Very, very dangerous.
I would actually say, although you have guns here, I'd say the mentality as a whole is more dangerous there. People are about it. They're just a crazy island, and they always have been. So it's a very dangerous place.
Stabbing people takes another element. You know, shooting someone is one thing, but like being up close and stabbing someone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's all day, every day. Look up London knife crime. You can look up the statistics now. I think they have 15,000 stabbings a year.
They call it
chefing. Yeah.
They call it chefing.
Yeah, I'll chef them off. Chef them off. Yeah.
Chef G.
Yeah. I have it missing here. I don't know if you can zoom in. My finger came off from a blade.
Oh, shit.
All the way off. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a long story. I was walking to a car late at night. I was arguing with I don't know if you can see the scar there. It had to be sewn back on.
God damn.
So I'm mixing stories now. But yeah, I had arguments with the guy by text. He stopped replying. 2 days later, as I walked to my car at night, they tried to kill me. And that also shows a lot about intent, right? Because with intent, they don't threaten. That shows you how, you know, I was arguing with the guy and he goes, "All right, just stop replying." And that shows true intent because he tried to kill me. That's another story I can't say on Fresh and Fit. But I saw a dude get knocked the fuck out again. Even when women have the best intentions, they're a liability. I saw a guy outside a nightclub. He's arguing with another guy. His chick's in the way going, leave it, stop, don't do it, be in the way, being a fucking idiot. Anyway, she grabs her guy, like, "Go, stop," holds onto his right arm. Stop. Boom, he gets knocked out.
Oh.
You're holding on your dude's arm. How the fuck's he gonna fight? Even if you don't want him to fight, you're just gonna hold on his arm saying stop, and let him get sparked. I tell my chicks all the time, if we're walking down the street and any kind of altercation comes, run and fucking scream. Fuck off. You're no good to me next to me. You're no good to me in between. You're no good to me next to me. You're no good to me shouting stop. You're no good to me holding on to me. Just fuck off. Run over there and scream and get somebody else. And leave it to me. Even if there's 100 of them, leave me by myself. Because these chicks will get you fucked up, especially the ones who aren't trained. And even if they have the best intentions, if they panic, what they're going to do, they're going to grab you. Because you're their man, right? They're going to stop you from being able to fight.
Yeah.
They're a fucking liability. Dudes, you're walking out here with chicks and they're untrained. At least my chicks are trained. I literally will sit down with girls and say, look, if something goes off, especially where I live in the world, Romania, these kind of countries, if something goes off, run and scream. Don't be trying to fucking fight, none of that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Or she might even get knocked out herself.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
man. All right, so I'll read these real quick. I hope you guys enjoy the fucking heat right now. This is a high IQ conversation. D-Nice, nope. It's 20 up. And then we had our
Before, but yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Steve Omansky, Andrew Tate's War Room is the past, present, and future for men of high value. If you know, you know. Facts. And then we got DL Saint with the big $200 super chat.
DL Saint, man.
500K. I'm extremely proud of my Fresh and Fit fam, brother Tate. How important is it to spend money within your circle? I'm ready to invest in a fine timepiece. I could go to a jewelry store, but I'm using Fresh Guy because I believe in my network. Fresh and Fit fam, we got you, bro. We will answer that at the end.
Yep.
Dr. Sergeant Nash, $100. I like the show. See you on Friday. Thank you, bro. And then our Command Deep Nanwan, $20. Thank you so much, super sticker. And then we didn't our brother from Argentina?
Yeah.
I saw that, bro.
A huge one.
He donated 493 US dollars, which is 5,000 Argentinian pesos. Thank you so much for that, bro. Give you a shout out. What was his name?
His name was
Camilo Gomares. Bro, thank you so much. We appreciate that, brother. Man. Like I said, all the guys, this money that we get, you guys know I don't spend it on clothes. I invest it right back into the studio, man. So every time you guys donate, man, we make sure to put that back in to give you guys better quality, nicer cameras so you guys can see Andrew Tate in 1080p, 4K, whatever it may be. And then the last one here, Vic Nova. As a man of the war room, I invite all men who are serious about leveling up to join us. You cannot afford to be left behind in this day and age. Act with speed and start changing your life today to the big G, Andrew Tate. Absolutely.
We got another one.
Oh, is this last one?
We got some more here.
Oh, okay.
AAL.
Okay. AAL, we got a few more here. AL, 500K, AO, big moves, big money, because we all winning. The haters wish they were here. They can't stop us. Hardest working podcast in the universe. If left early, then stay the fuck over there.
Bro, you better be at the party, bro. You better be there.
Keem, I am. Congrats on 500K. Active duty here. Support all three of y'all. Thank you so much.
You, bro.
$100, run 790. Shout out to Fresh and Fit for A+ content. Tate is the best 007 since Sean Connery. We don't give a blueberry baker's F about these 304s. Miami Aikido. We got you, bro.
Bam.
And then we got King Life. We have 500K. We cannot be stopped.
King Life.
I'm drinking that hater brand of tequila tonight. Got you, bro. Thank you, King Life. That's our shooter right there. And then Esbawi, 84.99 from Saudi Arabia. Congrats, gents. I think that's 100 US. I was here 40K with Rolo, and now I'm with the legend Tate, who will be here at 1 million. Absolutely.
Bam.
Candace M, $100. Thank you so much. Shout out to Myron Fresh and Chris for hitting 500K subscribers. City boys and girls are up. Mod Gang, hashtag Don DeMarco.
Shout out to mods.
And then Keep Six archives. Mind Match Perspasat. You know what? This is your father's
This
right?
is my father's quote.
Go ahead.
Should I tell you the story quickly?
Yeah, tell us the story on that one.
All right. So I'm with my dad. My dad's a chess player, but he's also like a park hustler, right? So like he'd go to the parks and play chess against the other chess guys to make quick money. So we'd go in there and offer them ridiculous odds, like 3-1, 4-1, give them more time, whatever. And he'd sit down at the park and he'd bust them up. My dad was really good at chess, but he was ultra aggressive. So like grandmasters hated playing him. A few times he lost spectacularly because he went too hard, but there's some few times he had crushing victories, like just wrecked a grandmaster because he just went completely all out defenseless. He was like an attacking player.
Damn.
So I remember I was about 8 years old. I told this story on my Tate speech, my YouTube channel. I was about 8 years old.
Yeah, I read it and I was like, that's definitely your father's speech.
Yeah. I was about 8 years old. And my dad, even when he was still alive, because I only speak English, right? Even though I live in Romania. And I said to my dad, do you think I should learn another language? And he turned to me and said, you don't even speak English. And what he meant is most people don't even have a grasp of the English language. Think how many words are in English you don't even know, right? So what he was saying to me is you don't need to learn anything else. You need to learn English, which was funny. But my father spoke a very particular brand of English, and that's what this story is about. So it was Detroit. It was 3 a.m. We were in a gas station. I was walking around. I remember looking at the Cheetos. I'm 8. Who doesn't like Cheetos? And I heard an altercation near the front of the till. I heard like some scuffling, etc. I don't know what exactly happened, but I came to the front and my dad was getting jumped by 4 Mexican guys.
Damn.
Right? So they're hitting him, bang, bang. One of them got a bottle, start smashing him. They're beating the shit out of him. Even as my dad was getting his ass kicked, I'm 8. I'm standing there just frozen. As he was getting his ass kicked, he turned to me and I remember he growled at me and he went, run to me as he was getting beaten, right? He managed to get one of them and hold him tight and must have bitten his face or whatever he bit, he had flesh in his mouth by the time the whole thing was done, right? So he bit something off. So there's blood everywhere. Anyway, the shopkeeper starts screaming, so he's going to call the police. It kind of starts tussling, goes half outside. My dad manages to stay inside. The Mexican guys run off. My dad's covered in blood. His head's cut. He bit I think he bit the guy's lip off. So there's blood all down the face of him. He's absolutely covered in blood. He's drenched in blood. And I'm standing by the drinks cabinet, still just standing there because he told me to run. So what the fuck are you going to run in a 7-Eleven? So I'm just standing by the drinks cabinet. He said, son. So I came over there. My dad's standing there. He's talking to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper was Korean, saying, it wasn't your fault, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, police come. And the police look through the CCTV. They see that my dad fought all these guys off. And the police officer said, so what's your job? What do you do? When he was taking the statement, my dad said, I'm a chess player. And the police officer said, chess player? Maybe you should be something else. And my dad replied, my unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. And the police officer was like, okay. Just carried on right in the report. But what my dad was saying, unmatched perspicacity. Perspicacity is the ability to perceive, right? Perception. My unmatched perception. Indefatigability is the inability to become tired. So he's saying I have unmatched perception and I never become tired. And that's why I'm a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. And I remember that quote from when I was 8 years old. Wow. That's a badass way to talk. I'm jealous to this day. Damn. People think I'm good on my podcast. That's how my dad just spoke through life. He just been rattled to the brain. And that's how he gives a police report. Like, he was the OG, son.
Where'd you find this?
Wow, that's powerful, man. That's powerful.
Okay, there you go. There's the story on that one, man, from the late great Papa Tate. Yeah, you want to read that one, Andrew?
Yeah, my unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor.
Bam.
Fantastic, man. Rest in peace to your
father. I can't even say
father.
that word. Tongue-tied.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Monarchist 1, can you guys make a show on the different and many ways girls manipulate call in show or not, and show displaying the many double standards that exist? Second, coincidence, you guys spoke about Ukraine women. They are hot. We'll talk about Ukraine a little bit as well. Yeah. But yeah, we did a whole episode on that, but we will do another one for you guys, updated for 2021.
We should call it red flags that women bring up.
We'll do it.
All right.
Congratulations to 500K first ever super chat. Thank you so much, Tanner.
Thank you, Tanner.
$20 Monarchist 1. The girl manipulated me and made so puzzled that she was saying everything I wanted to hear, and then when it came down to hang out, she flakes like she has a headache or chores instead of meeting up. Yeah, that's what women do, bro. And we're gonna talk about ladies extensively in a second. Michael D'Angelo, big fan of all you three. Andrew, question: if you had the opportunity to go on Joe Rogan podcast, would you, Fresh and Fit, would you ever have Rogan on your show? Yes.
We will one day, man.
Yeah, one day, yes. And then Andrew, I guess that's a yes or no. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I like Rogan. Simeon Panids, $50. Andrew, you still use the cherry emoji to dazzle the baddies on Insta. Your PhD course was 10 out of 10. PS, nobody likes us. We don't care. We don't care. Keep up the good work, fellas. Thank you.
Wait, hold on. So when you DM a check, you put cherries?
I put cherries, G. Because yeah, of course, who doesn't like cherries? You like cherries?
Bro, I put W.
Do you like cherries?
No.
Oh, come on, Fresh.
Why
are you lying?
I like cherries.
Everyone loves cherries, bro.
Like
why you don't lie?
No, but I don't
like he doesn't like fruits or he doesn't like any fruits or vegetables, man.
Oh, yeah.
Chicks love cherries.
But I put like a W though.
Some fries, Fresh.
There we go. $20, Boyne. And then, guys, from this point forward, we're gonna go 50 and up only because I want to make sure y'all get this sauce.
Yeah.
Andrew, I read the tea leaves and you're 100% right. It's time to leave America. Does Hustle University have courses on getting a second passport?
I can answer that. We'll answer that at the end.
Okay.
Cool.
And then the links are below, guys, for Hustlers University, man. It has a special right now, so you guys got to get in there.
Yep.
Black Lemur, 2009 for 500K. Thank you so much, bro. We fucking love you, Black Lemur, man. Okay. And then we got the last one here. Dr. B84, 500K. I remember when you guys hit 40K and had that surprise show during the day. FNF on the way up to 1 million. Facts.
Yep.
We had that terrible sound.
We're gonna have a 500K show as well.
And by the way, sorry, go ahead, Fresh.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Twitch, by the way. Twitch out here. J Mac with the 50.
Thank you so much, man.
On Twitch.
JC
MEX donated 50. Is that 50?
Yeah.
Subs?
Yep. 50 subs.
Thank you so much for that, bro.
So
then we got our boy CJ Mac, 10 subs.
Hey, man. Thank you so much for that,
thank
bro.
You, brother.
And okay, so and guys, do me a quick favor. There's 5,000 plus you guys watching right now on YouTube alone. Please like the video. And then this last one just came in. Jonathan Castillo, thank you so much. Shout out to Myron Fresh, Chris, and Andrew. Congrats on the 500K.
Ron.
Oh, another one.
Ron
Damn,
says,
you guys are killing it, bro. Thank you guys for showing us so much love. Because they saw all the hate we were getting before, bro.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like they saw 30 plus YouTube channels come at us.
With this, we're gonna take Andrew just to dinner and put it on the vlog.
There you
Bro.
go. Bang, 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 man.
Yeah.
And Bane and Dre, $500. Ron, I got to figure out what country that is. What do you think about the webcam industry in Romania? We're going to talk about that extensively. Stay tuned. I actually have that on my notes here.
And then Cherry's in the chat.
Yeah, man. Cherry's in the chat.
Cherries for the hoes. Cherries for the hoes.
We got cherries for the
And for some of you guys that just joined in, quick little recap. We talked about Andrew's background. We talked about his father, chess, and then also his views on chess. And then can you tell us a little bit about how chess inspired your fighting career?
Yeah. So when I was a child, I was playing chess all the time with my father. I was a state chess champion of Indiana. I was on my way to become a grandmaster. And then when my mother and father decided to break up, we decided to move back to England because England has a social housing program, right? In America, you're broke, but in England, you can get a house, you get a bit of food, that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of crazy, not to get political, but Americans, especially the conservatives, are constantly harping on about, we don't want this to become a socialist country, and they call Europe socialist countries. But the tax rate in England is about the same as here. And there you get free health care, a free house if you're broke. What do they give you in America? Nothing. They're too busy bombing countries. Stupid. So yeah, so we moved back over there. My dad,
Andrew is American for you guys that are
I'm American.
Yeah.
I'm
He's American and he's British, guys.
Yeah, so I'm half. So my dad stayed here in America, so I lost my chess coach. And it's hard to stay dedicated and stay good without a coach, right? So for a long time, I played a bit of chess. I did a little bit back and forth, etc. And when I realized I needed probably 13, 14, I was missing all that time I spent playing chess. I was looking for something that was similar, and I ended up choosing fighting. I started with karate. I got a black belt in Shotokan, and I moved on to kickboxing, and I fought K1, and I've had MMA fights as well. So to me, they're very, very similar. They're one-on-one. There's no luck involved. I didn't want a team sport, because in a team sport, you can have a bad day, still win, a good day, still lose. No, I want it all on the line, right? I didn't want a sport with any luck. That's the thing about chess. It doesn't matter how well you played. It doesn't matter how nearly perfect the game was. If you lost, at some point, you made a mistake. Even if you can't identify it, at some point, you have made a mistake. And that's a fantastic metaphor for life as well. Because there's so many people out here who don't take responsibility, and they'll come along and go, well, COVID happened. That's why I lost all my money. No, I don't buy that. I don't give a shit what happened. At some point, you did not diversify. You did not prepare yourself. You made a mistake. It's a good life philosophy I have. Everything that's good that happens to me is all my fault. And everything bad that happens to me is all my fault. I take absolute responsibility. So chess teaches you that, right? And fighting's the same. People talk about lucky punch. If you're fighting a dude who trained to punch people in the face and then he punches you in the face, it wasn't a lucky punch. That's what he does, right? So there's no luck involved. All the glory's with you. And it's also a very cerebral sport. Fighting's not, I mean, you need to be a tough guy, but tough guys have short careers. Smart guys have long careers. Look at Mayweather's career. He didn't get hit. That's why he could fight so long. He didn't get hit. Everyone else had to retire early because your brain gets frazzled. You can't think as fast. You start getting caught. So it's certainly a cerebral sport, and it replaced chess for me. And I took it very, very seriously, and I did very, very well. So yeah, to me, they're the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. But if I had to decide which one is actually harder, I'd still say chess.
Okay.
Man, that game's
and you lived in the UK for most of your adult life, and you were fighting in the UK, and you lived in Luton, if I'm not mistaken, which has a huge Islamic population, Muslim population, which is why he's so in tune with Islamic culture and the religion, etc. Which we'll talk about that as well later on, guys. Don't worry, we gotta cover everything here uninterrupted. Can you tell us a little bit about living in the United Kingdom and what led you to leave?
Yeah, so I liked England. I don't want to say too much bad about England, but the West as a whole, as they closed the net on humanity, which they're doing in real time. I mean, it's been sped up with COVID, but even before that, the net was closing. I always had this sense that something wasn't quite right about the way the world functioned, the things I was being told, the ideas I was supposed to believe, the way they want me to act. I always had this, it always angered me a little bit. I can't explain why. It's almost like, I know I always reference the movie The Matrix, but Neo, they're saying you're looking, but you don't know what you're looking for. You're up all night scanning the internet. You don't know what you're looking for. I was always kind of like that, even when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. All the propaganda from all the television, the school, my first normal job, all these things they were telling me, something just didn't sit right with me in my soul. And I was looking for a way out, right? The actual reason why I eventually totally left England, I don't know if I've told this story before, it's because some bitch called the police on me. Have I ever told this story?
Not on our podcast. Please, please do.
Okay, it's a long story. Well, we need some more vodka.
Yeah,
we need some more vodka. Get some vodka. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you some story. I'll tell you a story.
In the meantime, super chats real quick.
So real quick, we got here 500K. I remember when you guys hit 4. No, we're caught up.
Yeah, we're caught up. We got more. No, we got one more. Just give me a second.
Okay. Christina, vodka.
Yeah, let's get some vodka.
Okay. Colonel Sanders, I was here when MLD introduced Myron, when Fresh and Myron joined forces, and I'll be here after you two take over Joe Rogan. I'll bring a bucket of chicken when the party starts. Thank you so much, Colonel Sanders. I appreciate it, bro. And then We got Ninja Watcher 372, 20 bucks. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the queen. Wise words from a wise man. The Punisher and James Bond sitting at the same table. And don't forget the Black Panther, the very Black Panther. Yeah, man. Yo, that's very true, man. Like chess embodies so many other things in life, guys. Like these women are replaceable. Just get her to the other side of the board and she'll turn into a queen. But if you get surrounded and die, the game is over. I need you guys to value yourself the same fucking way. Night Zero, 50 bucks Canadian. Andrew, in a Tate speech, you said you were an atheist, but now you talk about believing in God. What was the catalyst that made you change your mind? And we will answer that at the end.
Yep.
And then Aman Al-Tajir, getting kicked out there. The Air Force was not taking the job. Going to check out the war room and see what they on. Absolutely.
Nice. Good job.
And guys, from this point forward, we're going to do 50 and up.
Yep.
So we'll continue on. So Andrew, can you tell us that story?
All right. So let me set the scene.
Yeah.
We'll set the scene. We got the Belvedere.
I got you the Belvedere, bro. I got you the nice
I like
shit.
that. I like that. All right. So we got some Belvedere and let me set the scene. So I am 3-time kickboxing world champion. I hadn't won my 4th world title yet. And I made money with fighting, but it's not boxing, right? So I made like 50, 60, 70 grand a fight, but I wasn't making millions and millions of dollars a fight. Yeah. So I always still wanted more money. And this is, I don't know if you guys heard before about how I started my cam company. I don't want to mix too many stories together, but I ended up with
Let's
a
do
webcam.
it.
Should I do it? All right. So, oh man.
Tell her how you want to tell it, Andrew. This is Andrew Tate Uncensored. This is your interview, my friend.
Your story,
Ain't nobody gonna stop you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I decided to start a webcam company. The story behind that, I'll give you a very short version of it. The story behind that is I was buying a place in Thailand and I was short for my last payment. It was 300 grand. I paid 200. I needed the last 100 grand to pay. I had 70 grand and I was 30 grand short. And I said to Tristan, I'm going to be a G. I'm going to go casino and I'm going to make it. Give me the 70 G's. I'm going to come back with 100. And Tristan said, well, listen, you're my brother. I trust you. If you want to do it, do it. I was like, listen, every once in a while, you have to get lucky in life, right? Mm-hmm. So I went and I hit the casino with my 70 grand. I put my nice suit on, took a bad bitch, had a martini first, shaken, not stirred. I did it right. And I got fucked up. I lost all the money. Got wrecked, bro. Lost 70 G's in 2 hours. Thanks, my friend.
Damn.
Of course, bro.
So now I need 100 grand, right? So now I'm really broke. So when I came home, Tristan's like, did you make it? I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, man. I'm like, I know. Oh, man. What the fuck can you do, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't have a fight coming up for, let's say, 2 months. So I had no money coming in for 2 months. I had to make this payment. So I said to Tristan, I'm not going to leave my bedroom until I work out how to make us some money. Mm-hmm. And he said, why? I said, well, I heard about some scientists that did that crazy shit and they still talk about him now. So maybe he did something right. So I'm going to do the same dumb shit. I'm going to sit in my room. So I sat in my room. Next day I wake up. All right, I need to get rich. And I'm starting from nothing, right? So I get on my laptop and I start Googling, what is money? Where does it come from? How does money work? And then I started learning about fractional reserve banking, the Federal Reserve, how it's not linked to gold anymore. I didn't even understand how banks worked. I didn't understand any of this shit. I started looking it all up and I spent a good 3 or 4 days studying. And then I got really angry because I realized that money is bullshit. It's all a lie. It's printed from the sky and I still don't have any. So now I'm really pissed off. I'm like, what, this trash? I don't even have any of it.
Paper.
This paper, I don't even have any, right? So now I'm really, really mad. So I'm sitting there trying to look up how to make money. And I got a piece of paper and I was trying to write down ideas. I started writing down all these crazy ideas, blah, blah, blah. And it said, write down your assets, the assets you have. I mean, I had an apartment, but it was rented. I had a car, but it was on finance. I was big and strong, but I was already kickboxing. It was an asset. But one thing I did have is I had all these girlfriends from all around the world because when I would go around the world fighting and I'd win a fight, I'd fuck a ring girl. She'd fall in love with the champ. She thinks I'm some big millionaire living in London. Mm-hmm. She's in Paris or Moscow or wherever she is. I can't wait to see you again. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. So I had all these girlfriends from all around the world. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, maybe I can open a strip club, but to open a strip club takes money. I didn't have any money. So how am I going to buy a club, get licensing, get insurance, all this kind of crap?
Yeah. Very expensive.
It's expensive, right? So I wrote down, I had all these chicks. I mean, I'm not ruthless enough to put them on the track. I mean, these are my hoes. I mean, I ain't giving them up. Like, these are my bitches. Like, I didn't want to go out there on the streets. So I was like, what can I do with them anyway? So by coincidence, and I'll say this now, and I'll state this with absolute integrity. I never was a porn guy. In fact, to this day, I literally will swear on my father's grave. I can honestly say I've never sat down and watched porn on my own, ever. I just fuck. If I want to fuck, I fuck. There's no such thing as a dry spell in Tate land. So like, I got something to fuck. like, don't worry, I'm fine. Right. So I never was a porn guy. So I never really was into it. So I'm on all these strange websites, looking up all these things. And there's something in the corner, one of them links to talk to live girls now or something.
Mm.
And I was like, talk to live girls now. I don't know why I clicked on it. I don't know if it's because about 10 minutes before I just written down I had all these girlfriends, but I clicked on it and I saw some chick on a webcam, some girl in Russia sitting there, like it was dial up, like still moving around, like slowly with her titties, dial up titties like this. I saw some dial up titties and I was like, what the fuck's she sitting there for? And then I saw like a tip come in. It's like, oh, some people are paying this bitch. But I didn't really know how much it could make. So for the next few days, I'm sitting there looking at all these cam companies, all these cam websites. I'm saying to Tristan, maybe we should start a cam website. Maybe we should start a cam website. And my idea initially was to start my own website. And then I realized it's better just to put girls on their website. So that was the plan I came up with to make money. So I booked a flight for all my girlfriends. Because this is what I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, which of the girls are the hottest? Well, she's the hottest, but she's got a bit of an attitude. This one ain't as hot, but she's sweet as pie. She'll do as I say. Which one do I really want? I don't know. I can't afford to get 5 premises. I can't put them all in 5 apartments. I don't have any money. So I'm just going to have to go dark triad, militant, yoga fire, Dalsim. You understand?
Yeah.
Yoga flame. I was like, fuck it, yoga flame. So I told Tristan my plan. I said, look, I'm going to Hadouken. I'm going to fly them all in. He's like, when? I'm like, at once, bro. I'm doing 1 airport pickup. I got shit to do. I'm going back and forth to the fucking airport all day. So I timed it, got them all on different flights, bang, they all landed within 45 minutes of each other, picked them all up. They all got in the car. They didn't even know who each other were. They're like, who's this girl? Who's that? Hi, Andrew, miss you. Trying to kiss me. I'm like, don't kiss me yet. Don't want the other bitches get mad. Just driving my car full of hoes, broke. Driving back to the apartment. Yeah, bro. But you know what? I needed money. I needed money. That's the difference between wanting money and needing money.
Yeah.
I needed money. So I sat all 5 of them down. I told them the truth. I said, listen, young ladies, I'm starting a webcam business. I've got a big sponsor. I've got millions of dollars of backing. This is going to be huge. This is going to change your life. You're going to be a multi-millionaire from this. It's going to take a couple years of work. And we're all going to stay here in this apartment. We're going to live together. We're going to be a family. And you're going to do as I say. And you're going to be rich. And all of them were like, what? Who's this bitch? I'm like, my girlfriend. Well, I thought I was your girlfriend. You're all my girlfriend. I just came at it honestly. And that was the day Tristan actually made up his famous quote he still uses to this day. Because Tristan said to me, T, I was like, what? He goes, you're still in fight shape. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, they ain't got hands. I said, what they gonna do? Right? They can't beat me up. Like, I'm hard to kill. What are they gonna do? You gonna come get Aikido, bitch? You're gonna do nothing but cry. Shut up. So I sat all 5 from there, told them the truth. 3 got crazy, said, I'm leaving. I was like, fucking go then. 2 stayed. And that was the beginning of my webcam empire. So I had 2 girls and me sleep in 1 bed, threesome every night, little happy family, 12 hours a day of broadcasting online. And the way it started was what I learned then when I started my webcam business is that women are 1, lazy, and 2, they really have no intuition. Even if you're a smart female, even if you have a degree and you're considered smart, you have no like intuition on life.
Right.
So I had these 2 girls and I set them up, bought the laptops, put them on cam, etc. And they weren't making that much money. And I was analyzing their chats afterwards and I could see why. Just saying dumb shit. Dumb shit, bruv. Like if they were sitting there talking to an old guy and the old guy would say, what kind of guys do you like? She'd say, I like young guys with good body and money. To some old fat dude.
Wow.
Why kill his dream?
But that's in the game.
Why kill his dream? I say, no, you need to say, I'm tired of these young guys messing me around. I want a guy who's been through that phase in his life, looking for something more stable. You know, and if you get a young guy, you need to say, I'm tired of these old perverts hitting on me. Finally, I'm talking to a hot guy. So you need to play into the fantasy. So I'm trying to teach these bitches. So it gets to the point where after the work shift, we're sitting around at dinner and I'm like, look, here's how you sell this. Like proper businessman. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do this. Listen, ho, you said this wrong. I had transcripts. I had transcripts of their webcam chats.
Damn.
No, highlight, no, do this, change this, trying to teach them, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized, you know what's easier than teaching these bitches? I'm just gonna do it myself. So I had about 4 months till my next fight. And I thought it takes me 3 months to get in shape. I got 1 month off. And for that month, I sat the girl on camera, gave her a keyboard that wasn't plugged in, and she'd just go like this. And I sat behind the screen, and I finessed the dudes. Me, myself. I was a cam girl. Bro, I sat there myself and pretended to be a cam girl and said all the right things. And with these 2 bitches, I made 110 grand in my first month.
Damn.
2 girls that decided to stay with you.
2 girls that stayed with me. I rinsed it. because these guys were talking about World War II and shit. All the fucking, bro, I knew all of it, bro.
Yeah.
They were like, I can't believe you know she. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm from Russia. We're taught in school. The dude thought she was some World War II historian. This bitch didn't know nothing. She's a bimbo. She could barely suck a dick. It was crazy.
Bye.
So I was rinsing the game.
I can confirm this, comrade. She was a dumb bimbo. I can confirm.
So I was rinsing the game. And from there, I thought, you know what? This is how much I'm making with 2 girls. Imagine I had more girls.
Right.
And that was the beginning of my empire. So I ended up getting to the point where I had 75 girls in 5 different premises working for me. And yeah, it was a lot of money. But I had it tiered, right? I had a management structure. So by then, girl could join, she could work hard, work for like a year and a half, and then become a manager. So now she doesn't have to actually sit on the cam anymore. She gets to manage and train the new girls. This is where I learned something else about females. Women don't like listening to women. Women will listen to the boss, the G. If I come in and say, look, do this, cool. But if another bitch tells her, do this, she's like, well, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, why don't you go on cam? She's like, well, I've been on cam. Well, you're not on cam now. They're just cat fights, right? And when I tell this story, everyone thinks I was living like Dan Bilzerian. I was not interested in fucking these girls. I wanted to be rich. That's the reason I was successful. I was successful because I could withhold my thirst completely. Most men can't. Most men cannot be in a premises with 75 naked hoes, and I didn't give a fuck. I didn't want to even look at titties. I wanted money. It's all I cared about, right? So when I had these 75 girls, I had a whole bunch of problems because I learned a bunch of lessons about women. Another lesson I learned is that women will cut off their nose to spite their face. They don't give a fuck. They'll ruin their own life to try and annoy you. I had girls I was paying $30,000, $40,000 a month, and over some stupid argument, they want to quit. I was like, you're going to lose 40 grand a month. I'd rather lose that than work for you. Stupid. I was like, what? Because I told you to make your bed?
Wow.
Like, you're an idiot. And they'd leave. And they'd always text you later and try and get their job back. But then you can't show weakness in front of the other chicks. If you let a chick come back who quit, then everyone may as well quit and come back.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You can't. You have to be solid with it, right? Another thing I learned is that women are only loyal to the dick they're sucking. Because they are. If any girl I was sleeping with worked her ass off and was cool, any girl who was a pure business arrangement and she had her own boyfriend on the side, they'd last maybe 3 weeks till their boyfriend would say, why are you working for this man? We can do this ourselves. Why don't you come do it with me? And she'd leave with that guy and they'd make no money. Because just like a podcast, how many people say to you, oh, I can start a podcast easy. All the tech, all the bullshit behind it,
of course.
The hard work.
Every girl that comes in here, I want to do a podcast.
Yeah, of course you do.
It looks so much fun.
I can do it.
No, you can't. There's a whole bunch that goes on. There's so much intangible, right? And this is what people don't understand. Why would a girl work for you, Andrew? Because there's incalculable intangible involved, right? So girls were fucking crazy. Anyway, to cut this story a little shorter.
You don't have to. Continue on.
Okay. So I had my 75 hoes.
We ain't cutting Andrew off, man. Keep going. Let them know.
I had my 75 hoes. But the ones I'm sleeping with, I'm keeping somewhere around, let me just do the math. 1 second. 100% of the fucking money. Because you're my bitch now, right? I'm planning for our financial future. Right. It's important we're rich forever, bitch. That's why I just bought myself that Ferrari. So I'm keeping all the fucking money, right? But the girl, bro, you think I wasn't saying those lines, my friend? Why'd you buy the Ferrari? Because we're rich forever now. You don't trust me? I trust you. Shut up, then. That's why I got the fucking leather seats.
Sell the dream, man. Sell the dream.
So that's right. So I'm keeping all the money of the girls I'm fucking.
Yeah.
So now I have a financial incentive to fuck as many as I can, right? And this is why I go back to the game about me not being thirsty, bro. I'm telling you now, and I'm saying this without arrogance, without trying to make a funny story. There were days I woke up, looked through the figures because I always fuck the girls who did the best to motivate them, and think I got to fuck 11 girls today. I just don't want to. I was depressed. I was like, 11 bitches. It's like, you got to put a performance in, right? I was like, oh, I just want to play chess. Why don't these horny bitches leave me alone? Like, I didn't want to do any of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's also where I learned a lot. People say to me all the time, you're these game tips, these things you learned. I spent my time around beautiful women I didn't want to sleep with, who wanted to sleep with me. It taught me a whole bunch about female psychology. Because you'd be amazed when a bitch really loves you, how horny these fuckers are.
Yeah.
She wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. And any girl who I wasn't sleeping with, I'd try to motivate them with money, give them a higher percentage. So anyway, the way it worked out, because I had all these girls, a lot of them were on a higher percentage. The ones I was sleeping with, I kept all of it. In my best ever month, after I paid all the expenses, after I paid all the management, all the staff, all the premises. My best ever month, I made $454,000.
Wow.
Net. That was for me.
Fucking
Boom. After
awesome.
everything.
Sheesh.
So I thought I'd cracked it, right? And this is also kind of why I retired from fighting. Because after that month, I got the call, world title fight. And now I'm like, oh, I can't be in the office. I have to leave it to the girls. Now I took that fight and I won. But as soon as I started training again, the month after, I made like 180. That was the difference in price.
Shit.
So I lost much more than I even got paid to fight, because I left it in the hands of all the management and the women, and women are women. Women are instinctively lazy. Women do not understand. If you teach a girl how to make $1,000 in an hour, she'll think, I only have to work 3 hours this week.
There you go.
Where if you teach a man how to make $1,000 an hour, he'll think I can make $24,000 a day, right? So women were lazy, so I wasn't making any money if I wasn't there. So I had these 75 girls. I decided, because I wanted to keep fighting, to instead of having an army, I'm going to reduce it to special forces. I walked in a robe, Versace robe, drunk, to Tristan's room and said, listen, T, this is reenact. I was like, bruv. He goes, what? I said, why we got this army of hoes? We could just get some special forces. He said, what do you mean? I was like, let's take our 20 best girls, the 10 you're fucking, the 10 I'm fucking. Let's get rid of all the drama, all the headache from all the stupid girls we ain't fucking. All the times their boyfriend comes to the door trying to act fresh. You have to fuck them up or I have to fuck them up. All this crap that's going on. Let's just get 10 girls, 10 girls. Let's settle down. I'll settle down with my 10 bitches. You settle down with your 10 bitches. Let's be good men of God. Let's relax. Let's relax a little bit. And we agreed. Right? So that's what we agreed to do. So we took the 10 best of his, 10 best of mine. Me and my brother share everything except hose. His hose, my hose. So we take them all to this one big house. So I got 10 girlfriends. He's got 10 girlfriends. Me and him, boom. We're sitting there. We're working. We're making, because they were our best girls, we were still making $250, $300 a month. None of the bullshit, none of the extra premises, none of the crap, da-da-da. So everything was good for about 2 months. And here's where it all went fucking wrong. And this is why I left England. So we get a bit of vodka because this is a...
No, go ahead. I'll read these chats real quick while you... Because I know this story. This one's going to be... Yeah. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. This is Andrew fucking Tate, uncut
Uncensored.
Here. Uncensored, uncut. You going to keep going. So we got Night Zero here, $50. Andrew, in a Tate speech.
We did one already.
The power of Hadu. Okay, I got this thing.
One Piece.
The power of Hadu. And that's from Ian Simmons. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that.
All right, guys, we got 7,000 watching right now.
Yeah, guys, please like the video.
YouTube. Like the video, man. We just hit 500K subs. Thanks everyone in the chat. Shout out to y'all.
Yo,
Andrew Tate is here.
500,000, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Guys, like the video. There's 6.7K you guys in here on YouTube alone. For some of you guys are Twitch niggas, do us a favor. Open up a tab, go on YouTube, type in Fresh and Fit, subscribe to the channel, and like the video because this story we're about to get into right now is lit.
Guys, don't forget, we're doing a giveaway for a PS5, a brand new Rolex, and also AirPods. So don't forget that giveaway, ffspiritbomb.com.
ffspiritbomb.com. So this is why you left England.
This is how it all went wrong. So I'm the big G now, right? I was broke. I was a broke fighter. 9 months later, Ferrari, Lambo, penthouse.
You made your first million.
Yeah. Oh, I made a bunch of money, right? I'm killing it now. I'm the big G. I walk around in my robe. I call myself a robe trillionaire. Like, I don't have to put on clothes for nobody. You come to my house to talk business, I'm wearing a robe and my underwear. What the fuck you want? I'm that guy.
Right.
So I'm living in this house, right? One night, there was this stupid bitch. You know what? Maybe she's watching this. The case is over now. Stupid bitch. Serena. It's her dumb ass name.
Oh, this is the first Fresh and Fit exclusive.
Stupid bitch. So I'm fucking her.
Hey,
you know,
nigga.
it's part of the game. So I'm fucking her. Anyway, she gets really jealous of this other bitch. They're fighting. She stole my lipstick, blah, blah, blah. And what I was really doing is when you're a pimp, you're a HR department. You have to settle the disputes. You got to keep everyone happy.
Right.
Because that's what it all is. Happy girls make money.
Facts.
You can't sit on the webcam miserable. These guys are trying to escape their miserable wives. You got to be happy. You're an actress. Right. You got to be positive. And that's what a pimp is, a positively inspirational and motivating person. That's my job, right?
That's a good breakdown.
Bro, that's what it is.
Andrew, one more time in case they missed that one.
I was a positively inspirational and motivating person. That's what I was. I could take a fine Caucasian of the wrong persuasion and tell him that if men think you're handsome, they need to pay your ransom. And we'd make some money.
Yo.
And that was the game, right? So I had to keep them all happy. So you're a big HR department, as well as A big part of it is huge emotional support. People always ask, why would a girl work for you? Because when you work for me, it was problemless. You sit on the computer, you do your hours, you get money. You ain't gonna worry about taxes. You ain't gonna worry about tech. You ain't gonna worry about that stalker trying to find you. You ain't got to worry about what theme to have in your show that day. You ain't got to worry about thinking. You ain't gonna do nothing but sit there, smile, and press a keyboard that ain't plugged in. That's it. That's why you work for me and you don't try and do it your fucking self. And the ones who tried to do it themselves didn't make any money because they're too lazy. So I used to have a bunch of alcohol in the house. Girls used to drink whenever they wanted before they went online, whatever. Serena and this other bitch had an argument. Serena starts walking around the house drinking, shouting ratchet shit. You think you're this,